back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome to the family. My name is Dina. I'm so happy to have you here. Today I want to share with you a very simple ritual that you can do whenever you're having a creative block, whether you are a writer, an artist, maybe you have some sort of project that requires some sort of creativity, but you just can't seem to get those ideas flowing. And a lot of the time this is because of stress, at least in my personal experience. I find I really need to relax and get into the zone when I need to get some creative ideas flowing. So this ritual is going to help you get back into that relaxed flow state. Now I recommend doing this ritual on a Monday, although it is not completely necessary. However, Monday's ruling planet is actually the moon, which is associated with intuition and creativity. So if you want to amplify that energy, I highly recommend doing this on a Monday if you can. But if not, that's okay too. You can honestly do this ritual anytime you choose. Now for this candle ritual, I did use a yellow candle, but use whatever color means creativity to you, honestly. Yellow is just a very vibrant color to me, and I guess for me, I connect like very vibrant colors with creativity. That's not going to be the same for everybody. I find I'm mostly in my flow state when I am surrounded by beautiful color, aka my bedroom, or if I'm out in nature surrounded by beautiful green and flowers. Now for this spell, we'll actually be carving a sigil into the candle, and I'll show you how I created mine, but you don't have to use mine. You could do whatever you choose to do, but this is how I created my sigil. So I chose to use the word creative, but you can use a sentence if you want. You can write I am creative. First, you're gonna write your word or your phrase on a piece of paper. Then you're gonna cross out all the vowels and all the repeating consonants. Now what's left? Take those letters and arrange them in some sort of interesting shape that you feel called to. This shape is what you're gonna be carving onto your candle. And you can get really creative with sigils, and they're really cool because a lot of the time when you make them, they can be very personal and no one would know what they say or what they mean. So get creative with it, but if you choose to use the one that I created in this video, you're more than welcome to. Next, we're going to be anointing our candle, and when you do this, make sure you're putting the intention into it, make sure you're very focused. I used orange essential oil. I associate any sort of citrus with that very creative energy, but use whatever citrus essential oil you have or you want to use. I also own lemon, I own grapefruit, so I could have easily used those as well, but I did choose to use orange for this particular occasion. Next, I use some mugwort because mugwort is known to awaken the third eye, help to amplify intuition, and basically open yourself up to divine inspiration. I find that when I'm in this very creative flow state, my creative ideas almost come from a whole other place, a whole other plane. Sometimes I'll wake up at 4 in the morning and just so many ideas are flooding in, and I'm like, where are these coming from? I'm half asleep, and it definitely feels like something bigger than me coming through, and it's really interesting. So I do like to connect to my intuition because I find creativity and intuition are very closely intertwined. And when my intuition is open and when I am in that really beautiful state of mind and spirit, I find that the creative ideas flow easier. So that's why I chose to use mugwort. I got my mugwort from my local spiritual shop. It comes in bundles, so I just ripped off really tiny pieces. You do want to make sure you have a fairly large base for your candle because depending on the essential oils, sometimes the wax will really bubble, so that if the candle does bubble and the wax does get everywhere, it's not going to make a big mess. And obviously we want to practice good fire safety as well. Now that your candle has been engraved and anointed, only thing left to do is meditate. And this is the fun, relaxing part where you get to sit and just stare into the flame of your candle. And basically the goal of this is to really relax your mind, relax your body. What you want to do is to almost get in a trance-like state. And I'm sure we can all relate to this at some point in our lives when I say that staring at fire can be hypnotizing. While you're staring at the candle and achieving this trance-like state, you're gonna say, I open myself up to divine, universal, creative inspiration. Let me be the vessel to birth beautiful creations into this physical world. So mote it be. Take some time to just stare into the flame and just open up that third eye. Open yourself up to creative inspiration. And the more relaxed you get, the more effective the ritual will be. So I highly recommend doing this where you're not going to be distracted, no one's going to interrupt you. Make sure you have a good amount of time to really meditate. Now you've got two options here. You can continue gazing at the candle until it completely burns out. And if you can meditate that long, honestly, kudos to you because I can't always sit that long. But another thing you could do is you can allow the candle to burn out while you're working on whatever you needed to work on. So for me, for example, I like to do this for brainstorming session, for YouTube or something like that, just to get the ideas flowing, or my own personal journaling or whatever it is. So I'd let the candle just sit there and continue to burn while I work on my creative project. And this is nice because the energy's still in the room, you're still kind of in that relaxed state, and you can work on whatever you needed that creative inspiration for. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and I'd love for you to join our family Magic Unleashed, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, guys.